Here we are live, waiting on my guest. So this is going to be a new series, just starting today. Um, and I would like the series to be about making new connections. This is going to be um, just meeting genuine, like-minded individuals who have a common interest in entrepreneurship and self-development, and the bettering of their own lives, and something simple. The idea is that if I can get enough people together, if I can bring enough people on this series with me and show them, I almost forgot to go to the sheets. If I can get enough people on and show them uh, that it's not a big deal getting on camera. It's a simple step, and tell their story, meet some new people, tell their story, and kind of hear them out. These videos are going to be recorded, they're going to be saved on YouTube, and they're going to stay there forever. And the idea behind all of it is to show everyone out there that there is someone like them who has been through similar experiences, or they're in the current situation you're in. And if you find someone that you resonate with, maybe you'll be able to connect with them. So I obviously will be adding everyone's links to the descriptions. This is going to be a new process for me. This is a new platform. Everything is new, going live as well. So excuse the hiccups that are going to be coming. There's going to be plenty, but like I said, it's all new. So bear with me. Waiting on my guest currently. I spoke with this individual earlier today. I was watching Tea with Gary V, and just kind of engaging in the comment section. And as I was doing so, I got in contact with this person, and they mentioned wanting to try to get on camera, wanting to do live as well. And so I offered to just kind of stepped up and said, let's go live. And I don't know if she thought I was joking or not, but I was dead serious about it. And so I got her to join up, and she said she was willing. I went live early on Instagram and kind of chopped it up with her a little bit, and she was unable to connect, but it'll come. Again, excuse the delay here as I wait for her. But yeah, again, it's a new series. It's a new test for me. It's a new beginning. I took some time off. I originally started with being sick, and then I was struggling to get back into it. I think it was like 147 videos daily recording. I was supposed to go a full year, but I stopped early, and here I am trying to get back into the grind. Thanks to a good friend of mine, Mike T. He was encouraging me lately to get back into this and do what I seem to have been enjoying very much, which was connecting with people and finding ways to help them, and just offering any type of value that I can. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. It's just I find myself finding a genuine interest in people and their progressions, and especially people who are starting out fresh, whether it be a brand or a company they want to start. I like to connect with those individuals and try to offer encouragement and motivation in any way possible to kind of give them another stepping stone, to push them along a little more. And I try to offer any type of service I can. I'm not a guru. I'm not licensed or schooled in anything that I know, but I study a lot of stuff for some reason. I read a lot of things, and I watch a lot, like an insane amount of videos on how-tos, and a lot of it pertaining to business and self-improvement. So, business, finance, entrepreneurship, brand building, stuff like that. So, marketing, all that stuff, and any little bits and pieces that I get of information, I try to share it with anybody that's willing to hear it. And that's the idea behind this whole thing. So, that's where I'm going with it. Excuse me while I check to see if my guest is going to be here. Looks like she'll be here. Just waiting for her to jump on. But yeah, so that's going to be this new series that I'm starting. I apologize for the layout. I'm on break right now currently, or lunch, I should say, and doing this interview. So it's about finding time to do what you can whenever possible. So yeah, this is interesting. For anybody interested, I started using StreamYard as of today. Just signed up and trying it out. I tried my hand at Streamlabs. It was a little bit difficult. I ended up, what I was trying to do was use Zoom's platform to interview, and then I was supposed to be streaming that through Streamlabs live so that I can dish it out to all of the platforms, and that was just turning out to be very difficult. Fortunately, I had a buddy of mine who was willing to work with me and try to figure it out on Sunday. This is Mike, and I was unable to figure it out. And my wife, by chance, happened to mention that StreamYard was a simple platform that she noticed a lot of her YouTubers used. So I decided I'd check it out, tried it out, watched the videos, and just the ease of use is beyond what any other company is doing. So just the amount of features you can use and the, again, ease of use is insane. This is why I decided to go with Streamlabs. Being the first episode, obviously not sponsored by anybody. I'm just, shooting my honest opinion. This is a great platform for anybody trying to start up. Anybody interested in trying this, it's all done through your browser. You use Chrome or Firefox, if I'm not mistaken. If you're on a mobile device like I am, you would open up your browser and then you would use the the desktop view in your settings. And you would be able to have the back studio there and make any adjustments you need. Pretty cool features. Excuse my hands or the movement you may see, but you got, cool things like adding the banners. You can change those up. You can change the brand colors if you'd like. You can change the layouts of the banners. I don't have a lot of this stuff set up, so I'm just showing you. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's see, brand. Trying out different layouts. Still got the banner there. What else do we got? You got overlays that you can add, which is pretty cool. This is all at the click of a button. Backgrounds if we wanted to go this route. Just some, cool features. You can close out the display names if you'd like. You can add them. And yeah, just overall cool stuff. You can also add your own logo on the top right there. So there's a lot of bonuses to this platform, which is why I decided I'm going to go ahead and start using this. It just makes more sense, makes a lot more sense. So turn on and off your camera. So yeah. I seem to have changed something here in my settings, and I'm not sure what I did, but either way, we're gonna run with it. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna continue on as normal. Let me see, gotta add her here. Looks like she's trying to jump on now, so we'll give it another minute here. Very interesting. Very interesting. Again, apologize for the delay. Just waiting on my guest here. Don't know much else I can say. Yeah, don't know. I wish I could play you guys some music. I'm using my buds right now, so even if I played it, I'm pretty sure you guys would hear it. And yeah, so we're streaming live on YouTube now and Periscope. I chose Periscope just to try something new, but we'll see how that goes. She mentioned being a little nervous earlier, so I'm wondering if she's scared to click that link. Probably not, but we'll see. Yeah, it's a very fun platform. I like it. I think I'm going to stick to this. It's simple. The idea behind everything that I was doing was trying to keep it minimal as possible. This way, anybody that is interested in trying to start their own interviews or start their own podcast, uh, I'm attempting to do everything from the device, from my cell phone, so that nobody has an excuse not to do this. If they are interested in interviewing, if they are interested in starting a podcast or a YouTube channel or whatever it may be, there's always alternatives to using a computer and a tablet. You can use a mobile device you have on hand. You don't need to buy fancy equipment. You just need to get started. Make no excuse, just get it done. There's no reason to hesitate. The longer you hesitate, the more you think about it, the more you're going to talk yourself out of it. And that's where I stand on that. I'm getting an insane amount of notifications. Luckily, I put my device on do not disturb mode, so that helps. Otherwise, you'd be possibly hearing a lot of vibrating because my phone is on vibrate. So yeah. Let's see if I can get a buddy of mine to join in the meantime. Let's see, send out another invite. So let's see if we can get someone else on here. Again, anybody watching, I apologize for the delay. My guest is running late. New series. This is all about making new connections with individuals that obviously I've never met before. Just met this person this morning on a live stream. We were chatting in the comments and back and forth. We kind of made the connection, talked on IG, and it just blew up from there. So hello. Looks like she's in the chat. Bella, if you want to click that link on IG, I sent it to you, and then it should be some simple instructions to follow. Just activating your mic and making sure that everything's running. It'll show you a little bar to see that your mic is active as you speak, and then your camera's running as well. And it will put you in a waiting room while you get it situated. And then when you're ready, I can go ahead and add you. I am live right now, as you guys can see. But yeah. Is it not clickable on IG? No worries, Bella. There's no need to apologize. We're all new to this. I'm new to this. This is my first time using this. This is my first time going live with this. I think I tested it once yesterday by accident. This is my first time going live, so I am not stressing any of it. There's going to be zero production quality or fancy quality. This is just me using my cell phone, using a platform that's online, and it's all through a web browser to make it easier, a little more efficient, and some pretty cool features to add to it. I can see you guys' YouTube chats, but also if I was connected to, let's say, Facebook or anywhere else, I would be able to see the live feed through there as well. Okay, let's go. I'll go ahead and post in the chat. Let me see. Click that link there. And I will try to add you. But yeah, just a little backstory on what I was doing. I started attempting to bring this brand into light a couple months back. It was an idea that I had, something that I've always wanted to do, and I got sick a little while into it. I started recording a video every day, and somewhere around 139, 149, something like that, I started getting sick, and I was not feeling too well as far as recording and taking time off. So I started taking little breaks here and there, and I let those breaks become the norm, and I stopped recording altogether. I took a very long break and just completely stopped everything, engaging on all social media platforms, recording, doing everything. I stopped. Took about a 2-minute break, two-month break, something like that. And that was because I think I burned myself out just on everything I was doing. I am running this solo with zero help, so it was a little bit difficult, and it got overwhelming, I'm assuming. So I ended up taking a long break. But here I am now with the help of a buddy of mine who was encouraging me to get started and get back into this. I'm here I am. This is day one, technically, of being back. We spoke earlier today, and that was the beginning of me trying to make a new connection. We connected, and here we are trying to go live now. So, yeah, it's all about just getting started, as I was telling you earlier. You don't hesitate. You don't let yourself talk yourself out of it. The more you think about it, the more you don't want to do it. There you are. Let's get you in here. Hello.
Hey, can you see me?
No, your mic may not be on.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'm working on it, but I'm here.
Don't sweat it. You can just talk, and that's fine.
All right.
Glad to finally get you on.
Yes, me too. I was really excited. That made my day. I was so excited.
That's good.
It's nice when you can go into a chat, because a lot of times he's not looking at the chat. So it's you want other people to feel but we started chopping it up, and then now look, like my bestie.
I'm glad we made the connection. You have a very interesting story, and it's been great talking to you today. I love hearing your story. I love hearing everything that, oddly as it sounds, everything that you've been through, it's an encouraging story. You have a lot to tell, man. You have so much to tell, and you're going to change so many lives in just, doing this. All you got to do is just, lose that fear and jump in front of a camera and just do.
I really do need to. I think, I think that's, I'll be the first to be like, oh, I don't give a fuck about what people think about me. But then I'll be worried about the people that, family members or, I have a lot of family that doesn't think that you should be putting yourself out on Front Street, but they're also old school. You know what I mean? Friends, family that are old school. But, I feel like I need to do something to give back. You know what I mean? I was put through a lot of shit in my life. We all have a story, but I was meant to give, I feel like I went through it so that I can recycle it and help somebody else, because there was just that much of shit in my life that it was you know what I mean? Whether it was being a mom at 16 or being, a single mother in a domestic violence relationship for 12 years. It was I could not understand why I was going through the things I was going through back to back to back, depression, all that. But now I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the little bit that you told me earlier today, it's just insane. You have such a great story to tell. And I know there's a lot of hesitation. There's a lot of worry about family and, friends who may critique you or criticize you for what it is you want to do. But like I was saying earlier, one of the biggest things that I learned, or that I'm starting to continue to learn, is that you can't let other people dictate how you're going to go about your day, how you're going to find your happiness, how you're going to see success. Because if we try to cater to everybody else's opinions and their thoughts, we're never going to succeed. We're never going to get anywhere. And that's because people have a natural tendency to just look down upon anybody that's trying to do something for themselves. We unfortunately want to be kept at the same level as everybody else. Someone made a joke about it recently, how the Hispanic race has a tendency to just bring down anybody who's seeing any type of success. But I think it expands beyond the Hispanic community. I think just all in general, it's tough for many people to see a friend or family get ahead. Not very many will support that. They'll find ways to critique it or talk down about it. And it's unfortunate, but it's reality. And the quicker we learn to put that out of our minds and not worry about what the negative is, and just continue doing and focus on us and our happiness, that's when we start seeing true happiness, true success is through that. Just tuning out everything else.
Yeah, really, because I mean, it's like I don't want to be, an old lady and be like, oh, I should have, because I already have like this desire inside of me. I worked taking care of people my whole career, and when you lose that suddenly, which you worked so hard for, you went to school for, you lose it, in a manner of which, I feel I lost it, and I'm not claiming to be a victim. I won't claim to be a victim, because some women don't make it out, but I felt like everything was just taken out from underneath me. So, I think there are people out there, especially with this quarantine. It's been on my heart heavy. I'm thinking about the people that go through shit, and they're inside their houses, or like in New York. If you live in a house, that's good. But if you live in an apartment and you're all cooped up, and this person already abuses you, and now you're stuck with them 24/7, that's not good.
No, definitely.
So I mean, I've been thinking about that a lot, and that's why I'm like, you know what, I need to like start saying something. But then I start to think about, I don't want this one talking shit about this, because you're right. It's bizarre how even your own blood, you could pick your friends, you can't pick your family. It's crazy how your own blood will want to see you down. It's insane.
That's very true. And it's always it's tough to deal with for most. Like I said, it becomes, after a while, it just becomes a habit of tuning everybody out. No one's going to want to see you succeed or progress in your life and the choices you're making. And you're right. You do have a lot to bring. You do have a lot to offer. And I think you need to work on getting it out there. I told you today, I want to see you go live today. I want to see you, post a video today, do something today to get yourself active. Because the minute you start, you're going to start to realize that it's easier than you think. You're scaring yourself out of it right now. And I think if you could just get started somehow, even with the live earlier today, or just being on this here, use this as a little stepping stone to just try it yourself. Even if it's not through this platform, if you want to go back to Instagram, just go live on Instagram and just talk about your story if you want. Talk about what it is you're hoping to accomplish, in the coming weeks, or what it is you want to attempt to do, with your story. Do you want to just put it out there so that you feel relief? Do you want to put it out there so others can see what it is you've been through and learn from what it is you've had gone?
That's exactly what I want, is for people to learn, you know what I mean? Or there might be a young girl who is, 16, scared, and her family is disowning her because she's pregnant. And, so, I mean, there's so many factors. There's so many different parts, like my oldest son, his girlfriends would always come to me for advice. And till this day, and these girls were like in middle school, till this day, I'm still in touch with a couple of them. because they've grown into, just beautiful young women that are successful in everything. And I'm not saying that it's come from talking to me. What I'm saying is, like, I established a relationship with them because I got what was going on with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like they're like my little sisters, like, type deal, like little sisters.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I understand that. That's amazing that you make that connection with them, and it's good that you kept that connection. I'm pretty sure there's a lot that they learned from you. I can't express to you how amazing of a person you are for having been through what you've been through, and you want to take that and turn it around and use it to benefit others. Like, it takes a lot. It takes a lot for someone to take such a negative experience, such a hurt and a pain that they lived through, and turn around and try to use it to make other people's lives better. That takes a lot. And I meant it earlier when I said that you are an amazing person for even wanting to do that, just having the idea to do it.
Thank you.
The little bit that you've told me, it's insane that you still have the positivity you do. And I know it's there. You just have a little bit of fear, but once you start getting it out there, man, you're gonna kill, because you're gonna touch so many people. You're gonna inspire so many people, and you're gonna teach, so many young women that, the ins and outs of what you've been through, and how to get through it.
Right.
And you're gonna have so many people thank you. You showed me a video earlier today. How many people gave you positive feedback on your story?
Yeah, I was sick, man. And that's the crazy shit too, is because I would start that video every morning and I would listen to this video every morning. And I just, one day, I don't put my business out there like that. I didn't, but with what we spoke about earlier, but I just this one day I was like, you know what? It was a positive, you know, um like, you helped me type deal, and it really inspired me. And leaving that message, like the comment, I didn't even think that over 96 people were going to look and reply to that. So when I went back to it, I was like, holy shit, this is to me. I'm like, all these beautiful strangers, they don't even know me, and they're giving me all the support. And in that time too, you know I didn't have much support. So to see that, I was like, holy shit, like, wow, let me do something. And I'm not the best editor or nothing. My 15-year-old son helps. But yeah, so I was like, I have to put this out there because I went through, and I am not even messing with you. I went through every single name, and I'm so glad I screenshotted it because the video's not up anymore. But I went through every name, wrote every single name down, tried to look them up on YouTube. Most of them didn't have channels, so I couldn't really say nothing. And then I tried to look them up on Instagram. I did get in touch with like 3 females, and it was like bittersweet. It really was. It was, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was just like, wow, like, here's the beautiful part of the world right here, like, just coming together.
Yeah, and that's what you got to use to your advantage. Like I said, you had so much feedback in that video that you showed me. It was insane that so many people reacted the way they did, and you mentioned too that there's a lot of trolls out there, and there's always going to be, but the people that are positive, that the things that they said in their comments shows that you have such a great story to tell. You have a an inspirational story to tell, and you can touch so many young women who are going through something similar to what you've been through. It's just a matter of getting yourself out there. I mean,
Exactly.
how much would it mean to you if you put out 300 videos on topics similar to what you've been through, or the exact topic, the exact situations you've been through? Say you put out 300 videos, and let's say you were able to change one young woman's
One
life.
person's life, I didn't mean to cut you off. It would mean the world to me. If one person said, you know what, you helped me, you know what, it would mean the world to me. I don't, that's, and that's, I'm not doing it for subscribers or for views or for attention, or you know what I mean? But like when
Yeah.
I was going through things, you know, I I I mean, we could talk about this, but you know, I felt like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people, they say things happen that didn't really happen. So when the real people that had been through the shit, it's like they don't believe them or something like that. You know what I mean? Like in my case, I have witnesses. I have, you know what I mean? I have doctor's reports. I have, you know, whatever. But yeah, I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. But a lot of people, you know, nowadays they could take their selfies of, you know, what happened to them and stuff like that. It's not like it, you know, it wasn't like that when I was going through it.
Before.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So, you know, and damn, that would be really hard to do, you know, when somebody's like always like right there, you know?
Yeah.
But that's exactly why it was after I saw those comments, those replies, that I created a YouTube channel. It was it was in 2018 I created, I think, like the channel itself. I don't know. But I didn't do much because every time I'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to get on there, I'm going to talk." Like I could talk to you all day. I could talk to you. I could just talk and talk and talk. I have a hard time and struggle with making the videos, like how to approach the subject, or you know, is it going to be a trigger for somebody? You know what I mean? Like it's easier to have a convo than, I don't
Give
know.
instruction. No, I get it. I get it. I'm as you're talking, I'm trying to think of like how you would go about this, because I'm not the best person at creating. I just try to do things and put it out there, and I try to let any audience I have decide on what's good and what's not. And I think that's the way you find out what you need to do. You put it out there. You just start talking. You know, start with the first video. You can tell your story and tell what you've been through and show your introduction. You had a small, I think it was like 4-minute intro. So you need a longer one. You need to start your full story intro and let everybody know what it is you've been through. Obviously, some of the details you want to keep, you know, private, and
Mm.
that's completely understandable. But you can get a video out there just giving the overall story of what happened, give a little bit of detail just so that you know, for context, and after that you can start, you can ask for questions in the comments and put it out there and go live and share it and let people see it. And when they start asking questions, you can answer those questions in videos. If you want to take, you know, in the beginning you're not getting many questions, you can take one question and do a 5 or 10 minute video on it, on the topic or that question, and just continue to filter out content like that. And as time progresses and more people are showing interest and they start talking more and more and you get more and more questions, you can start answering multiple questions per video. And this will give people almost a one-on-one feel with you, where they're asking the questions and you're able to answer them directly. You know, you call them out by name or whatever it may be, and you're able to answer their questions so that they get what they're looking for in knowing that you've been through a similar situation they may be in. They're asking you what they need help with, and you're giving them that guidance they need that they may not be able to find anywhere else.
Right, right.
So as far as, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
Um,
okay.
and you know, with, you know, with me on a medical leave from work, I'm not going back into the emergency medical field. I took the time to do 3 different life coaching courses because I used to work behavior health and detox. I worked in the emergency room. I worked med surg, ICU, you name it, EMS. So I always had this thing where, you know, if somebody was hurting, I felt it. It was almost like you know, I had empathy for them. I would, I don't care if it was a heroin addict, you know, that's shooting, you know, some people would frown upon that. I worked with people that did that, you know, that would look at them like they were nobody, but like me, like I felt their hurt, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that was at a young age, you know what I'm saying? Because I was a mother at 16, emancipated out, had to work 2 jobs, McDonald's and D'Angelo's, go to school to get my diploma, and then start going to a college, a community college. You know, so it was like, and I had a newborn. So, um, you know, it's just like, it's crazy. It's
I don't
just
know if you can.
crazy. Like I don't know, like I just don't know honestly, and like I don't know how to start off like, hey, this is what I'm going to talk about today. Like I even found myself like recording, and I'm like, hey guys, you know, but I'm like, that's gee, that's not even you. Like that's not me. I'm not the like, oh my god, hey guys, that's not me. It's not me. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody's, you know, their own unique, you know, but that's not me. I do have a big mouth, and not as in like that. I'm saying I voice. You know, I have a voice. Um, Not a big mouth as in like gossip or talk shit. I mean, you know, that depends. If somebody wants to talk shit to me, I'll talk shit back. Yeah.
No problem.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, you like you spoke to me about earlier and told me, you know, I have to, you know, just let certain shit go, especially on, you know, public platforms and stuff like that, you know. And you said a lot of things that really made sense. And just now you did too. You know, you're gonna have the haters, and I just I don't know. I guess I've already experienced bad blood in my family from such a young age, and then had some rocky friendships because you know, I was raised on, you know, respect and loyalties, and I don't think there's enough out there. And I'm not saying that to, you know, belittle anybody. I'm just saying that nowadays, I think a lot of these kids don't know what the fuck loyalty or respect is, you know?
Indeed.
That's the way I feel, you know, and we have to speak life into them as their parents. But um yeah, I mean,
Well, you having the bad blood that you had in your family,
mhm.
that's your stepping stone right there. You have already experienced it, so what are you worried about?
You're right. You're right. You know what? You're so right. You really are. Like that just kind of just like hit me in the forehead like a brick. Like shit.
I mean, if you're worried about your family saying anything, what is there to worry about? You've had that experience before.
Right.
One of the other things is you don't necessarily have to inform them of what you're doing. What is it to them what you're doing, and what is it to you that they know what you're doing? Are you looking for, that sort of, hey, congrats, or that pat on the back, or do you
I
want to do this for you?
don't, you know what? I wouldn't think of it as like a pat on the back or I'm gonna be very brutally honest. For me, it's more like, hey, fuck you, I made it. You know, because it's like that's the mindset I'm trying to get in, because my family, there's so much gossiping. There's a lot of women in my fucking family, so there's a lot of gossiping, and my mother is like the queen bee of it, you know. So
Mm.
it's just like I said, I was a young mother. You know, those same aunts now that are like, oh, Gina, you know, where were you bitches when, you know what I mean? I was 16 years old. I know I messed up. Like, okay, but maybe I also needed a mother to teach me about that kind of shit too. You know, I was looking for a way out of my house too. So I mean, there's so much. Like I could write a fucking book, like a huge book, like a huge book.
Why
You
don't
know,
you?
and I've thought about that too. But I'm like, I don't. You know,
Don't
I
think,
think
do.
it's,
Just do it.
I don't have those big intelligent words, and you
You
know what
don't
I
need
mean?
that. You don't need that.
I
Who
can't
are
even
you?
pronounce.
Okay, so listen to this. Are you going to be you? Are you going to be genuinely you if you need to use big words? Or are you going to be you if you have this is what the fuck happened with me, and this is the shit that I went through, and I hope anybody out there reading this can learn from it? Which one is you? The one who sounds professional, or the one who sounds like you're real, like the one who sounds like you, the way you talk, the way you've been talking, the way you talk through chat? Is
And
that you?
that's the problem. This is me. This is me. And I think that I um see I think I don't even know how to say it. It's because this is me, and I'm like, either you love me or you hate me. There's like no in between with me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not obnoxious. I'm not ignorant. I'm not a mean person. You know, I don't go looking for trouble and things like that or whatever. But I'm just straight up, because I feel like the truth hurts, but I'd rather tell you the truth than to be a fugazi and lie in your face. I'm not going to do that. And that's just how I am. I'm not going to be, sugarcoating shit. And
Yes.
that's the shit with my family. My mom will go talk shit about my niece or you know my whoever, and then it's like, I know you're doing that to me too. And this is my mother, and listen, I love my mother, I do, but I'm not going to sit there and praise her. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
when you're 69 years old and you're still talking shit, like it's like, Jesus,
You can't.
it's draining and it's tiring. If your own mother can call you an effing bitch, that's not cool with me. So um you
So what
know
do you need? What do you need them around for? What negativity? What do you benefit out of having that much negativity around you? I mean, you keep in contact with your family because they're blood, and you make sure everything's okay. But do you really need to be sitting there listening to you know what you're being called, or the gossip going
yeah,
around?
really. And the funny thing is the crazy thing is that she like uses the kids, so it's like, I've told her plenty of times, like, listen, Ma, I love you from a distance, but I can't be around you no more, you know what I mean? And I watched a speech by Tyrese Gibson one time, and he said, you know what, you don't have to fuck with your family. And I think I just always thought, you know I knew from a young age that my family was fucked up. Like, and I don't want to say all my family, because that's just not fair. It's not fair to say that. I have two sides. You know what I mean? My, I have a lot of family, so I'm not going to say all my family. That's not true. But a lot of my family, when I was young and pregnant, I didn't get invited to weddings. I couldn't attend a funeral of my aunt, because I was basically like a disgrace. I danced all my life. So, you know, they were looking like, auditions, and she's going to have a dancing career. And when I got pregnant, it was just like, I think they thought I was going to be you know, some bum ass bitch or something. You know what I mean? Like, that just,
Yeah.
didn't take care of my kid or whatever. And it was like, you know, for my son's sake at that time, maybe it's, I do believe in God. Everybody has their higher spirit. Um, but I feel like I lost my faith with him, and I couldn't understand things. But then I think now, my 11-year-old daughter, she struggles with some things, and I want to be that mother that I didn't have. You know what I'm saying? So I'm starting now to realize, okay, that's why I went through that shit. Okay, that's why I went through that. Okay, that's what I don't want my kids to, experience. So,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm sorry, I'm like all over the place. There's
No,
just
that's okay.
so much to it, and that's, I think, my problem. And I really think that's my problem is I don't know how to get it out there like that. Like if I had money, like we're talking like some fat fuck around here. I won't say no names, but anyways, I would like be building like domestic violence shelters and shit like that. Like I want to like start nonprofit organizations and shit. Because it's not just for women and children. Men need that shit too.
Very true. This is very true.
Men need that too. And I totally get the Me Too movement and stuff, and I totally get all that. But we can't forget that a lot of females do some mean shit to men, whether they take their kid away from them and don't let them see them and run away with them, or I mean that's abuse, isn't it? I think it
Yeah.
is. Or calls him a dumb fuck, and she wants to mess with the bad boy, who thinks he's, rocket shit out. He's got a whip and living with his mom and shit. She's cheating on a good man to be with this little wannabe hustler gangster motherfucker. And I just like I see things like that, and I'm just like, man,
It's
some
emotional
people.
and mental abuse.
It is. It's like men go through it too. So I respect the. I'm a woman. I went through 12 years of abuse, but men do go through it too. So I don't think domestic violence does not discriminate. So I don't think it should just be about women and children.
You do have a point, and it makes the most sense. It's not just women and children, like you said. Mental. It doesn't have to be physical. It's mental and it's emotional.
Absolutely.
There's various forms of abuse, and you do have a lot to talk about on that topic. I hate that I got to do this. My lunch is over.
Oh, you're still at work. Oh, it's only like
definitely,
1 o'clock.
definitely.
No. That's fine.
Fortunately, I have a supervisor he works with me, and he knows that I'm trying to do things, so he gives me a little leeway. But I do want to be fair to my coworkers and try to get back to work. But if you're interested, a little later today, if you're still available, I'd love to talk more.
Definitely.
I told you I'll be in DMs all day. If we want to jump back live later today, we can set another broadcast for later, and we'll go back with part 2, because you do have a lot to tell, and I do want to put all of it on tape for you. This is me being able to get something to put out there, and it's me giving you the little push that you may need. If this is your first step to getting on live and seeing what it feels like and what to talk about and losing that nervousness, well then, if this helps you, great. That's the idea, and that's the reason why I was so anxious to get this started today. You said you wanted to do it, and the first thing I did was set up the broadcast for 12:30 once we set a time. And this is because I wanted you to see that I was serious about you getting on and just doing before you talk yourself out of it.
I know. I like I said, you didn't give me a little push. I got that hit right in the forehead. Bow. You know what I mean? He threw the brick at my ass. But
sometimes we all need it.
I appreciate you, and I'm really grateful that we're friends. And definitely, we'll message.
Yeah, we'll talk. Ending this, I'll send you a message, and we'll see if we can jump on later today. If not, we'll set a round 2 or a part 2 for this, because I want to record everything you are saying. I want to have it live for you to see, and you can go back and kind of self-critique if you feel you need to do that, which I don't think you do. You have a lot to say, and you telling the story is going to better not just you, but you're going to reach out to so many other people as well. So many young women who need to hear this.
Thank you
and
so
I
much.
appreciate you taking the time.
No, I appreciate you, and I thank you so much, because I really that I needed it, and I'm grateful.
We'll be back. We'll definitely be back.
Okay, you be safe.
You too. Be safe. Jay, thank you for watching. I see you in chat there, and
Yes,
hopefully you can come back later and listen up.
Thank you.
I'll see you later.
Okay, and I'll try to have this video thing fixed.
No worries.
Okay.
All righty.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.